Hi there, this is Chris from PC Gamer, and welcome to episode 4 of No Trace, Dishonored Diary series, where I'm trying to make all of Corvo's assassinations look like accidents. So, here we are. This is Lady Boyle's party, the fourth mission in the game, Lady Boyle being the Lord Regent's mistress and chief source of funding. I'm here to put a stop to that. It's a great mission, actually. It's probably one of the best stealth missions, and certainly one of the best assassination missions that I've ever played, actually, I would argue, for being really interesting setting, really self-contained, with a lot of cool little secrets and interactions. But we're going to go for a pretty straightforward approach. As I say, it is quite self-contained. Parties all over there, and this area of the streets outside doesn't have a huge amount in it. Apart from those tall boy walkers, which I'm going to try and bypass entirely, because I haven't yet figured out a way to take one down without, you know, leaving a trace. But first up, just going to climb this building, looking for the outsider shrine, which you can see is sort of blue glow through that window up there. This is much quicker than going up the stairs. Also, at this point in the game, we're starting to see a lot more weepers, who are the plague victims that shamble around like zombies, like this chap here, I'm going to choke out. Now, my approach to these guys is a little different to with other kind of enemies, because I figure they can't talk, they're probably going to die soon, and they barely seem to notice anything anyway. So the chances of them, you know, informing the authorities that there's a masked assassin wandering around seem pretty minimal. So rather than rank up chaos more than I need to, I might as well just choke them out and leave them somewhere. So now it's just a case of waiting for the next one to shamble through, so I can choke her out as well. And having played this mission a few times, I know there's a third one that will be coming down the stairs as well. But the plan at this point is just to choke this one out, then turn around, blink behind the remaining Weeper, and take her out. But that's not what's going to happen. If you watched the last video in this series, you may have enjoyed my employment of the Corvo kick technique for replacing Wind Blast. That's going to come into effect again now as I run away from this Weeper and engage quite a dangerous roof slide to try and knock her off, but no, that's not happening. So now we use the tactical Corvo kick to position her, and then try that again. And success. So not only are you getting an episode of No Trace, you're also getting an answer to the long question, how many kicks does it take to kick a zombie woman off a roof? And the answer is 3. Anyway, let's go talk to the outsider.
Going to a party, Corvo?
Yes, I am.
That's what you dreamed of, all those months in Coldridge prison while waiting.
He's being remarkably disdainful of the fact that I'm going to a party, as if he doesn't know that A, this isn't my choice, B, I'm easily the worst party guest you can possibly imagine, and the fact that I've already killed dozens of people to get here. I don't know what this guilt trip is about, so, really. He's just down, I think. Someone's pissed in his magic floating wizard chips. I like the argument that I'm tearing down this hive of iniquity, and that rather than being glad that I'm saving the city from a dictator, people will be upset that they don't get to look at a cool party they don't get to go to. You know, frankly, I think I've got the moral upper hand here. Sort of. I did just kick a woman off a roof. But, you know, take what you can get. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is to grab another rune, which is at the bottom of the river over here. Didn't actually mean to fall in the river there, but it serves my purposes, which is to just nab it and get out. If you know, it's quite easy to get past these guards actually, and even the tall boys if you sort of know the patrol routes and you can duck past them. These two guys are locked in a conversation about a woman who is accused of being a witch for singing and shutting up around the overseer's magic dampening musical boxes, which is a new mechanic that I think is introduced for the first time in this mission and is used to shut down kind of more action heavy players, and therefore has almost no impact on this playthrough whatsoever. I just need to wait for this tall boy to turn around. A tall boy basically just being a bit of Half-Life 2 Strider cosplay. But that's fair enough as you know, a common art director in Victor Antonov, but he does love his spindly legs. But I did read something interesting actually, which is that the legs on the tall boys are based on the suspension of Victorian carriages. So there you go, there's a fact to try and make this otherwise unremarkable sequence of me crawling along in a sewer more interesting. and then into this building. You notice I'm not going the main way into the party where you can steal an invitation and getting through the door. That's because a big part of this playthrough is going to be never going to the party at all, actually. I think, you know, people say, oh, your mask will help you blend in, etc, 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 but I think the fact that there's a stranger at the party that no one knows is too much of a sign. It's too suspicious in and of itself, especially when bad things start happening. So a big part of doing this right is going to be making sure that no one even knows there was an extra guest, right? That when the inspector shows up and rounds everyone up in the drawing room, the guy who actually did it isn't even there because he was never even at the party. That's the plan. And likewise, I'm going to sort of keep my thieving of everything that isn't nailed down, etc, etc, to these buildings outside the party, because I don't even really have it look like it's a robbery. I want this to be incredibly straightforward, actually. Anyway, you notice I've activated 2 bone charms there, which I haven't really been using so far, but strong arms is incredibly useful. It allows you to choke people out faster. And then welcoming host, make them in handy, which is possessing white rats for longer. Anyway, so now I'm in the guardhouse, which means I can get into the party basically without ever showing my face. So even though it's saying I can blend in here, I'm not going to. I'm going straight up this wonderful chain for a bit of a lovely climb. As you know, I do like a good climb, and there's a little bit of hidden remedy there, which is actually becoming my biggest problem, is having enough Piero's remedy to do everything I want to do, more than actually having the powers I need at this point. Anyway, just wait for this guard to get out of the way, and we can get into the top floor of the party without any fuss. Now, the challenge at this point is finding out which Boyle sister it is that I'm actually trying to kill, and what she's dressed as. As you're about to see, however, I get, for the first time playing this mission, incredibly lucky. Like, the only thing I'm going to take there is the remedy. I feel like it's understandable for that to vanish. But the letter from the Lord Regent is actually here, in the very first bedroom I checked. So we know we're going for Esma, who is let's we say, she's fond of shagging, we'll put it that way, because that's true. And she's wearing white, so that makes things incredibly simple. We know who our target is, and that means I don't have to do the kind of more complicated stealth bits in this level to get to the other bedrooms. There's a pretty straightforward way to the one that's actually locked that some people don't know about, which you'll see in a sec, but I'm not actually going to use it. So this guard's in the way somewhat. Up here, had the letter not been in here, I would have used this passage to get into the other bedroom, rather than trying to pick a pocket and everything else. But that's not necessary. But I do need to get into the third bedroom for reasons that will become clear shortly. Wait for this man to resume his patrol and sneak through the room full of expensive shit. Again, good opportunity for a thief, but I do not want to make this look like a robbery. Great big painting of our target there. And, oops. The first time you come up here, these guards will actually gather together for a confab about how there are too many guards. But in doing so, actually make it much easier to sneak around the other parts of this upstairs. So irony not lost on the security forces of Dunwall there. And I can get into this bedroom, and there is a reason I want to be in here, even though I know who the target is. And that's because I want to become a rodent for a bit. I'm just checking. I'm looking for remedy at this point without wanting to steal a woman's collection of balls. I know they're pearls, by the way, but you know, balls. She's got balls everywhere. Just balls a go-go up in here. Anyway, rat time. So this is the only way I'm going to go downstairs so far, is in the body of a rat. And if I don't mess this up too badly, this should take me directly into, yes! This control room controls both the alarm in the lobby and the wall of light that keeps the guests from the upstairs. But I'm going to use it in a very specific way, after just making sure my target isn't in this other room. Okay, time to hack. It's this one, I think, the wall of light. Okay, so the alarm is still functioning, but the wall of light has been reversed. But no one actually moves between the two floors naturally as part of this level. So there's no danger of someone wandering into it by accident at the moment. But that wall of light is going to be basically a crucial part of my plan to assassinate Lady Boyle while making it look like, well, basically trying to make everyone rue the day they decided that it was a good idea to install an enormous man-incinerating laser gate in a dinner party, essentially. I think that's overkill, and I'm about to prove why it's overkill. But to do so, I need to basically create a security emergency without showing my face. Now, an interesting fact of the AI here is Lady Boyle will run to the upstairs for safety as long as she's nearer this staircase than the back stairs. So I just need to wait for her to show up. And right on cue, there she is. So I'm going to possess this guard, who then inexplicably decides to switch the alarm on, passes through the light gate showing that it's safe, and beckons for Lady Boyle to follow him. This way, and poof. That is one incinerated mistress. And hopefully, if I can just get past this guy as he vomits. Oh, he's okay. He's good. He's kept it in, unlike our friend Sokolov. I'm sorry to everyone who heard me say Sokolov. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. Now, I heard the string here of being detected, but I couldn't actually ever notice a change in the guard's behaviour. As far as I can tell, setting the alarm off while possessing a guard makes everyone go mental. They are kind of looking for me at this point, but I think that's kind of can be explained as a bit of an AI wobble. The game doesn't really expect you to do this. I think as far as no trace goes, what has just happened is a guard has wandered over, set off the alarm. Then apparently Lady Boyle perhaps didn't charge herself properly, or wasn't, properly configured to be able to pass through the gate safely. No one realised it until it was too late. Therefore, a party is ruined, but I think it would be a bit of a stretch to assume external involvement when all of the various players were seen so clearly. I think that guard, everyone will have seen him switch the alarm, and his only memory of events is going to be wandering up the stairs for no reason and feeling a bit queasy. So I think my reputation as invisible wind that passes through parties, ruining everything, has been maintained, and in the game. Again, just a little bit of perching on lampposts, which is the title of Corvo's autobiography, actually. You might not have known that as well. Another fun fact while I do the stealth busy work of a Dishonored playthrough. And that pretty much is mission accomplished as far as Lady Boyle is concerned. A little bit of luck finding out who she was so quickly, but really, I think pretty smooth, especially by my standards. I only had to ineptly kick one person off a roof. A new personal best. So thanks for watching, please rate and subscribe, and check back soon for more videos from PC Gamer.
I hope you enjoyed your evening, sir, but we'd best be on our way. Quickly.